Okay, I promised you guys a cooking video, so we're doing a cooking video. It was going to be tater tot casserole, but I changed my mind because I already had some left over still, and so we are going to do, I'm going to try to do air fryer pizza pocket thingies. I'm making this up as I go. So we're going to try it and just see what happens and go from there. So here we go. Okay, so in here for ingredients, we're going to try using the Pillsbury crust. Normally I would make my own, but I felt lazy and didn't want to do that. And then I have some pizza sauce, pepperoni or toppings of your choice. I have 2 different colored bell peppers, red onions, and pepperoni. Mozzarella cheese, this basil and oregano garlic sea salt blend, which I stirred into melted butter because I'm going to put that on top of the crust. Mozzarella, like this is just a really simple kind of straightforward ingredient list. I'll also post that. So we're going to roll out the dough and then we're going to stuff them and then we're going to throw them in the air fryer. So let's get to stuffing. Okay, so I do not own a rolling pin, so we're just gonna figure out how to, we're just gonna toss it a little bit instead of actually rolling it out and see how that goes. And then I was gonna cut it with these to make rounds. Yummy. I don't think that ripped enough. I like these a lot. We do the biscuits, like the Grand's biscuits and stuff too. This is a Pillsbury brand, but oh, this actually comes out pretty big already, which is nice. So we'll just go ahead and stretch this out a little bit. I used to work in a pizza place when I was growing up. It was called Chef Charles. I absolutely loved it. It was one of my favorite jobs in the whole world. My boss was amazing. So we used to toss pizzas all the time. So I'm really just gonna kind of let this, grab it and let it fall till it stretches a little bit more. It comes in a rectangle, which isn't, there's nothing like wrong with that necessarily. I just want to get it thin enough because it calls for it to pre-bake. It wants you to bake it for a couple of minutes before bake it, then top it. But we're not doing that because we don't have a to bake time. So we're gonna try it like this and just see how it goes. I'm gonna cut a round out of there. We'll see. Oh, that worked really well. Cool. And then my thought is, if I need to stretch it out just a little bit more, I can, to get a little more. I have no idea how many this is gonna make, so we're just gonna see as we go. I'm just gonna set them to the side here. We're in a little pile on the cheese. So here goes another. Oh. There's 2. And my goal was to make these like minis. I wanted to do kind of small ones just to see how it turns out. I'm hoping the cook time will be like a little bit lower. It's kind of like, I want them to be like the equivalent of a slider kind of thing. This is not the best cutting utensil. It's a piece from one of my lunch boxes, but I mean, it's working well enough, I guess. I gotta rip a little bit, but it's not too bad. So we're at least 6. We're gonna make a lot more than that. And then I'm gonna leave this end a little bit thicker and see if there's a significant difference between having the thicker dough versus the thinner dough. So we'll cut a couple of the, I should probably grab a knife so that I can cut these, but we'll just rip them. I'm not super worried about the shape of them here because we're gonna reform them anyway. Yummy. Let me make sure this is still recording. It is, isn't it? It is. That one side is just not as sharp as the others, which is fine. Okay. Alright, so these are still going to be a little bit thicker than the other ones. Not a whole lot, but at least a little bit. Enough to be able to test the difference between having a thicker dough and a thinner dough, I think. Yeah. So we'll do one more out of this corner, and then we'll start filling them up. I'm going to use the rest of this dough for something else, so I'm just going to set it aside for now because I don't need it. So I'll keep my two slightly thicker ones over here just so I can keep... We really only use about half the dough, to be honest. So there's my two kind of thicker ones. And then lay the rest of this out. I didn't flour. You could probably put some extra flour down. I just didn't feel like I'd need it. And so far, to be honest, I don't feel like I do. Personally. Okay. So just lay them all back out. I want these to be like... This isn't dinner. I actually have like dinner in the fridge. This is just me testing recipes to see if this works and see if the boys like it. I don't like putting a ton of energy into things before I know if they like them, because there's no point in me wasting like the time or energy or money or food, like any of it. So now I did overcut some of these vegetables. There's more than I'm going to be using here, which is fine because I'm going to use it for other stuff. Like I'll make salads and stuff with this later this week. But what we're going to do, we're going to stretch it out just a little bit more. Put this one to the side. Oh, I'm going to preheat my thingy. I need to plug it up. So we're preheating the air fryer to 400. You want it on a pretty high heat. And then we're going to put a little bit of sauce down. Just a smidge, because I'm going to dip them in sauce after they're done. So I don't want them super, super saucy on the inside. I just want a little bit. So a little bit of sauce. Sorry about the air fryer in the background. We're going to do a little bit of red onion. A little bit of yellow onion. Or bell pepper. Those are peppers. A little bit of red onion, red pepper, yellow pepper, pepperoni, and then some cheese. Cheese. Open. Okay. Just got a little bit of mozzarella cheese here. We'll throw that right in there. It's a little too much, so we'll just set that over there for a second. Then what I'm going to do, take a fork, I'm going to pull this side, stretch it a little bit, and pull it over. Tuck everything in. Make sure it's all pretty well tucked. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Stretch a little bit more if we need to get it tucked. And we'll take a fork and we'll crimp it to close it off even better. Crimp, crimp, crimp. If you rip a little hole in it, it's not actually that big of a deal, because we're not like deep frying them or anything. It's not going to be like that. But crimp it as close as best as possible, and then I'm going to just transfer them over to a plate while we make all the rest of them and the thing preheats. Oh, that one popped right open when I picked it up. So we'll recrimp. And we're crimping. Crimping. So next, grab another one, and we'll just keep doing the same thing. I know normally at this point in YouTube videos, a lot of YouTubers tend to do like a little fast forward thing. Maybe I'll start doing that. Or maybe I'll just cut it off until I'm done with all of them and then show you where you are. Let's do that. You don't need to make me watch 100 of them, so we'll just stop for now. We have the first 4 done, which is about all I'm going to be able to fit in the air fryer, so I'm just going to put a couple little slits in the top of each of them. I'm going to line my air fryer with some foil, and then I'm going to throw them in. We're going to start with 6 minutes, and then we'll see where we are, and I will come back and I'll show you. So 6 minutes in the air fryer, and then I put some of that garlic butter on there, and I'm going to serve them with a little bit of this. Some extra sauce on the side, and you are good to go, my friends. Let me get a better picture of it. I'll probably have Michael come in here and try one too and see what he thinks so we can get some reaction stuff going on. So here we go. All right, so the other thing that I did was flip them halfway through so that they cook on both sides and you don't end up with raw dough on the bottom. So 6 minutes, flip them at 3. The tops are still gonna get a little bit more. You can do the tops for 4 and the bottoms for 2, but just enough that you get some cook on both sides so that you don't end up with raw dough on the bottom because that shit's fucking nasty. And then we're serving it with the pizza sauce, and then I also still have the garlic butter out. So, all right, enjoy, guys. So here is a better angle of them. Again, that's 6 minutes in the air fryer at 400 degrees. Hey, Michael, you want to come try these and see what you think? He said, I guess. Each one of them has different stuff in it, so you'll just have to pick one and decide. Come eat delicious food.
I was on my beanbag.
You'll be fine. Okay, so there is more garlic butter if you want it, and then there's pizza sauce to dip it in. And then just pick one and try it, and let me know what you think.
They smell amazing.
They smell pretty good, huh? All right, let's see. Verdict?
Those are freaking awesome.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, there you have it. So, I'm going to make up a couple more. This might be a thing that we'll do a little more often because they're super easy and there's like no fucking cleanup at all, and the air fryer is amazing. So, we're going to go ahead and eat these, and you guys let me know if you tried the video or if you try the recipe. Tell me what you think and what you want to see next.
Try the recipe.
Try the recipe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!